Hi everybody, I'm Joe.
And I'm Mary.
And we're Book Buds!
And it's spooky season, guys, so we have some thrillers to discuss today. Joe loves thrillers. He was reading them over his summer reads and into the fall. So you've got a good summary to give us today, right?
Yeah, I have about 7 books to talk about, and I'll tell you my favorite.
Yeah, and maybe you guys can think about reading it for Halloween if you want.
Exactly. All right.
I will not.
You're not going to.
I'm not going to.
No.
All right.
All right. Ready?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to start with Watching You by Lisa Jewell.
Lisa Jewell, okay.
Okay, and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it. It was a good Lisa Jewell book.
Good.
Yeah. So I'm going to do non-spoilers in this video, so it's going to be very vague talking.
Okay.
So you can enjoy it. I don't want to ruin it for you. I'm just going to tell you the gist, okay?
Yep.
All right, so Joey, she moves in with her brother and his wife, and she then becomes like obsessed with the neighbor,
Okay.
Tom, who's a principal.
Okay.
And then they have like a mutual attraction, and they decide that they want to have an affair in a hotel. At the same night, some murder takes place.
Oh, not a good plan.
Okay. Now Tom's son is a peeping Tom. Okay.
Awkward.
So he's like upstairs in his bedroom, like watching all the neighbors outside his window and like filming them
Okay.
and taking pictures.
Uh-huh.
Now, this is an interesting take. He has Asperger's, but doesn't know it. He learns about it in this book from another character who has Asperger's, and so his parents never told him anything about his condition because they wanted to protect him. So he was like so mad when he found out, and then he like confronted them, and they're like, yeah, you do, but we didn't want to like limit you or like put that on you. So we just kind of let you live your life. He's like, all this time I've been having all these troubles, and like you didn't even like tell me there was something wrong.
Interesting.
What do you think about that, Mary?
I mean, could have been things done to like try and help shape his behavior a little bit. I don't know. That's kind of a shame. Poor guy.
Right?
So is he going to kill them all?
I can't tell you.
Okay.
But when I read that, I was just like, ooh, that's a point of discussion. Like,
Yeah.
can you imagine? Like, that's terrible.
How
like,
old was he?
Teenager.
Yeah, no, he should have had some awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, parents, don't do that.
Yeah.
Do something, but just not that.
Right. Consult a doctor. A good one.
Very hard to say what to do and what not to do. There's no rule book when it comes to parenting. It's very difficult, I know.
Right.
But I was just like, what? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, so the murder happens, and then all I'll say is like the past comes back to haunt certain characters.
Okay.
And you know, this is what goes on.
Okay. And you liked it.
I did like it.
Very good.
Yeah, Lisa Jewell. I love her.
Okay. Nice. What's next?
Okay. You can tell by my voice that I like this one better. All right. The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars.
Oh, okay.
I really liked this book.
Yeah.
Okay. I touched upon it on our channel in the recent past.
Like we did a book attack with it.
We did a book attack. Yeah, we did a book attack. And, it was so good. So it starts off in like the 1920s with his family. So one of the daughters is accused of killing her whole family.
Okay.
Her other sister and her parents. Okay. She gets off on some like, I don't know, it's not important, like an insanity plea or whatever. But she then has like a series of strokes. And she is left unable to speak and unable to use most of her body except for like her right arm. Okay, so we fast forward to the 80s, and she like wants to hire a new nurse. Now, this is like a mansion. I wish I had the book. I'm like looking at the book. Okay, so the whole thing about this is, and on the cover, I'll show the cover. It's like this huge mansion on top of a cliff overlooking the ocean in Maine.
Okay.
And so, again, the 20s to the 80s. So in the 80s, this cliff is eroding. Remember this? And the house is going with it. Literally, like, the floorboards are slanting. Like, it's creaking and breaking in the night. And it's, it's like a dramatic take on it. But, like, I thought that was so cool. And how symbolic, too. Because, like, you have this murderer, supposedly.
Yeah.
And it's like
falling apart.
An evil thing happened in that house, and like it's like falling apart, and
but she's also falling apart physically and everything, and
yeah,
probably mentally, I would guess too, right?
Oh, she's a trip.
Okay.
She is a trip.
Interesting. Sounds good.
It's very good. And she hires that new nurse, and she decides that she wants to tell her story through typing out her story on a typewriter with just her left hand or her right hand.
And then?
Right. So it's like taking forever.
Oh my God.
And the nurse is like, what happened? What happened all those years ago? And it's like, it takes forever for her to tell her story. And then, like, the woman who, I can't remember her name, but, Lenora, the one who's paralyzed or whatever, telling her story, it's, like, tricky because other people will walk into the room and then, like, she'll, like, pretend that she's, like, immobilized, and, like, can't move. And she's like, she was just typing, I swear. And then, like, she, like, refuses to cooperate. So it drives the nurse crazy.
Yep.
And the previous nurse that just held that position disappeared one night.
Oh.
What happened to her?
Yeah, what happened
So,
to her?
like, there's all this
off
stuff.
the cliff. She rode it off the cliff.
Rude.
I like that word.
So this was like, this reminded me of like a V.C. Andrews book from like the 70s and 80s. It had that feel to it. Now I do like an old-fashioned read. I like that feel. I like that whole vibe. So I think that's why I really like this one. All right, so next up we have Drowning by T.J. Newman. Not
Okay.
T.J. Klune,
Okay.
but T.J. Newman.
Yes.
Okay, I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This one was another mistake. So last year, I read her first novel. She is the one who's the flight attendant turned author, and all of her books have to do with like, plane disasters.
Yes.
Okay, this one was so much worse than last year's.
Oh no.
It was terrible. Like I had such reactions to this book.
Were you having nightmares?
No, but I had to. I read it after my summer vacation.
Yeah.
Because I had to fly, so I knew I couldn't do it then. But here we are. I'm flying next week, and now I'm talking about this damn book, and it's going to bring back all the memories. And like, I'm scared. I'm scared, guys.
It's gonna be okay.
I'm scared.
You have more chances of dying in a car accident than in an airplane crash.
I know all that. That doesn't matter. So this freaking book is about a plane. The engines go south after 2 minutes into the flight. They have to crash land into the ocean. I think this is in Hawaii, so it's over there. So they crashed into the ocean, which was a success. Great. They're on the surface, and now they have to evacuate. And you know, it's like getting out of a plane. So you have all those people who are trying to get the hell out.
Yeah.
But however, once some of the people do get out, at that point, the jet fuel is just exploding on the surface of the ocean, and it's like killing everybody out there.
God.
So they got out of the plane, but they're burning to death.
That's lovely. This woman has quite the imagination.
Okay?
From being a flight attendant.
As you and I are on the line to get the hell out, and we see through the window everybody burning up, our plane is sinking. The plane is sinking. So now the plane is doing a Titanic into the freaking ocean, and it sinks. And now it goes and settles onto an underwater cliff.
Okay.
A cliff that is just like, once it goes off this underwater cliff, like that's it. You're going into the depths.
But do we still have
going
air?
to implode. You have some air.
Oh, okay.
The water is coming in the plane, but it's like, you know, the air pocket's up
At the
here,
top,
and it's teetering and tottering. So the water's going here, and the water's coming here, and there's dead people in there. So the dead bodies are rolling here, and the dead bodies are... It is an absolute disaster. I can't even... Like, I can't believe I'm going into this detail now, and I have to get on the plane. But it was just horrifying. I felt sick. I felt nauseous. I'm like, why am I reading this? But you know what? I love disaster movies.
Yeah.
I don't like
I don't
these
like
types of books,
disasters,
though.
Anything.
Like, I love Titanic. I love the Poseidon Adventure.
I like to.
Like, I love all that stuff. But it was too much. Okay, so...
But you still gave it a 4. Because it sounds like it was good. But horrible.
Well, the title of the book, the full title, is The Rescue of Flight 421. So that's not a spoiler. It's on the title of the book. So, you know, okay.
So some people might live.
Some people are rescued, but just getting to that point, and it's not a long book. She packs that shit in there.
Oh. All the dead bodies floating back and forth. You got me with that.
Is just, and the rescue, the way that they do it is very interesting. Because, like, she does have knowledge of planes and all of these things. And she did a lot of research on top of her knowledge. So it is kind of interesting, but it's just, oof.
Proceed with caution, guys.
So if you enjoy that type of thing, go for it.
Let us know how you handle it.
It's terrible.
Can you handle it better than Joe did?
Oh. I don't know if I'm going to read her third one. I probably will.
Probably
Who am I kidding?
You'll wait till next summer after your flight is done, and
Correct.
then you'll read it.
Correct. She's got to release them in the summer.
You don't have
problems.
to read them when she releases them, though.
I know.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so next we have a Shari LaPenna book. Love her books.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone Here is Lying.
Okay.
That's her newest release. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it. William Wooler is having an affair.
Okay.
One day, he and his mistress are in the hotel room. She breaks it off. He's devastated. Okay, so he goes home. It's like 3 o'clock or like 2:30 in the afternoon, and he is very surprised to see his young daughter home from school. What are you doing here? And she's kind of a problem child. Like, she's like has some behavioral issues. So the father is just not having it. She gives him a lot of like talking back and disrespect in this moment, that he's devastated that he was just broken up with. He loses his temper and he smacks her across the face.
Ooh.
He hits his child, immediately feels bad about it, but then just like in his grief or whatever and rage, he leaves the house. The daughter's name is Avery. She goes missing.
Uh-oh.
She's gone. So now he feels bad, but he's also like feeling nervous that he's going to be found out about the affair and about hitting her. And like, so when the cops are
Got
questioning
a guilty
him,
conscience.
he keeps it quiet. He
Okay.
does not say that he saw his daughter at 2:30 p.m.
Oh, what a dummy.
Right?
Wow.
He leaves that part out.
That's stupid. Come on, Dad.
I
Give
mean-
them all the information that you can get.
So that's why you're just like, did the father do it?
Right.
You don't know.
Uh-huh.
Right? And then the neighbors start chiming in. Oh, I saw her getting into this older boy's car. Right?
Okay.
And then other neighbors' kids are like, oh, yeah, she has an older boyfriend. I saw them in the treehouse 2 weeks ago in the woods, whatever. So it's like, okay, did the neighbor do it? Did the father do it? Did the neighbor's boy do it? Did, what happened?
Right.
And so there we are. And that's the setup.
Okay.
So good. It was so good.
I'm glad you liked it.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Okay.
It was great.
So what made it great? Were there like twists or unexpected things happening? Like,
Oh, so Shari LaPenna, every freaking chapter is a revelation.
Okay.
Something new, something, twists and turns.
uh-huh.
And then the ending is just like, boom.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I know you love her.
Yeah, she's great.
Awesome. Did I read one of hers, right?
Yeah.
The Couple Next Door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. What else you got?
All right, so next up we have Lisa Jewell's new release, None of This is True.
Okay.
All these titles.
All these people lying.
Everyone here is lying. None of this is true.
I like it.
So funny. Lisa Jewell, 5 stars, guys. 5 stars.
Okay. You had a lot of really good ones.
Okay, so just when I thought all the ideas were taken, Lisa Jewell busts out with this podcaster.
Okay.
Like, in the middle of a horrifying tale in real time. So cool. Okay, so the podcaster, who's kind of like a little bit famous.
Okay.
Probably a little bit more famous than Book Buds. Just a little bit. Okay? She has a really popular podcast channel.
Uh-huh.
She's out to dinner with her husband celebrating her 45th birthday. She goes to the bathroom and she bumps into this woman who is also out celebrating her 45th birthday. And she's like, we're birthday twins. The other one says this.
Uh-huh.
And kind of really takes an interest in the podcaster.
Okay.
Okay? So she convinces her to have her be the subject of her next podcast special. She does podcasts on like powerful women.
Okay.
But this woman, Josie? So Josie has like a different tale to tell. So she convinces Alex, the podcaster, to do a story on her.
Okay.
Okay. So now they have this relationship and they're seeing each other and they're recording her home. Too much information is shared between the two. Lines are blurring. One night, Josie invites herself over with her husband to a dinner at Alex's house. And it's a very awkward night and she's just too involved, this Josie woman. She's like really getting in there, okay? So they leave, the dinner party ends, everybody goes home, they go to sleep, the doorbell goes off in the middle of the night. It's Josie, she's back. She just had, quote unquote, a horrendous fight with her husband and wants to stay the night. I have nowhere to go.
hotel, maybe?
Right? Go to your friend's house. I'm not your friend. So because she didn't want to like jeopardize the new podcast, you know, because they were like kind of far into it, she lets her in. I was like one of those people in the movie theater yelling at the screen. Don't go in there, girl. What are you doing? You know, I was totally like, why are you letting this girl, this woman, into your house in the middle of the night? What are you doing? She's crazy.
People make poor choices. Come on.
And then that's when the real story begins. It gets nuts. But this is not what you think. The story just goes left, and it's like completely and utterly
shocking.
Thank you for providing me with that word.
No problem.
Oh my God, it was so good.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was great. Come on, guys. Did you guys get this yet?
Is that the last one that you're reviewing? No? More? Oh my God. I'm like waiting to ask which was the best.
It's coming.
Okay. Oh, you haven't talked about the best one yet?
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
It's a surprise. Okay, so the next two books are both by Frida McFadden. So we have The Housemaid and The Housemaid's Secret, the sequel. Okay, so The Housemaid is the book that took me like 16 weeks to get at the library.
Yes.
It took forever, like The Sandlot. Okay. I just couldn't believe it. And you know, when something like that happens, you're just like, well, this book better be damn good. Because the hype, the popularity, everybody's talking about it. People on BookTube, people in my life. So I was like, I got to read this book. So I did give it 5 stars. I did enjoy it. It was good.
You're not screaming about it.
I'm not screaming about it.
At the time, you told me you really liked it.
Yeah, no, I did like it.
Okay.
I did like it. And I've read 2 other books by her, the sequel as well as another book by her. I really like this author. So this book is about a woman who just got out of jail and she needs to find a job.
Yeah.
And she can't because she just got out of jail. She was just evicted from her home as well. So like she's having some issues. Okay. But she is lucky enough, or is lucky the word, to land a job where she is the housekeeper to this couple, but she gets to live there.
Okay.
Live in. It solves lots of problems for her. So she takes the job. Was she lucky?
Probably not, considering this is a thriller.
Or is she doomed? You'll have to read to find out. Can't talk too much more about it, but there are definitely twists and turns. And it really turns into something really cool. Like, to set up the sequel.
Okay.
Because then things happen again, kind of.
You're being very vague and cryptic.
Very vague. Although, millions of people already read this, as it took me so long to get it from the library. But we can't do that for certain.
Right, there's other people out there who have not read it.
Yes. Okay, so the second one, The Housemaid's Secret, I gave it 4 stars.
Okay.
It wasn't terrible, but like there was kind of like a formula that she was trying to follow. I feel like it was almost the same as the first book, except for the plot lines. You know, this book isn't going to change your life. It's just for entertainment. It's fun.
Okay.
You know, it's great. You're going to enjoy it. Sequels are tricky. But this one, you know, it was decent. And, you know, why not read it? You want to see where this goes. We loved the first one. I mean, just read the second one. It's like the end. I'm assuming it's the ending. I don't know if she's going to do any more.
Right.
But, like, just finish it off. You know, it's good. And it's not what you think either. Like, she does a good job at...
keeping you on your toes.
Yeah, and switching it up. So,
Okay.
I recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, his tone is totally not saying it, but I believe the words he's saying.
No, it's good, guys.
okay.
It's good.
It's okay.
Do it. Take a plunge.
It.
You're killing me today. All right. You want to know my favorite?
Yeah, I want to know your favorite.
Okay. All right, so my favorite. Do you have any guesses?
Well, you were gushing over the Sherry LaPenna.
Yeah.
And you also went nuts over this one, Riley Sager's, that The House Eroding. That's the one that The House Eroding.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm going to say it's either the Sherry LaPenna or The Only One Left.
Okay.
Which one is it?
Yeah, it's The Only One Left by Riley Sager.
Okay.
And as I was thinking about this, and it was really hard to pick my favorite.
Yeah.
Because there was just a lot going on. I wouldn't say that it's like the best written book or like the one that was like most exciting, I just think that it was like a lot of things personal to me that made it my favorite. Like, you know, I just thought the house eroding. No, I can't get that out of my head. I thought that I was just so cool because it's like throughout the entire book, like they talk about it and it's happening and it's slanting, whatever.
And the suspense with her typing with her left hand, like that keeps you on edge.
Right, and it was set in the 80s mostly, and again, I like that kind of feel, the V.C. Andrews feel of it. So it was just the feeling. So I enjoyed that the best.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure if other thriller readers would compare it to all these, but I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I like that one the best.
I like that you had such a good reading stretch because, like, if he reads something that he doesn't enjoy, I get upset. So, like, you enjoyed all of these.
Oh, they were 4 and 5 stars.
That's fantastic.
There wasn't
Very
one
happy
dud.
for you. So let us know if you've read any of these thrillers, guys, or if there's one that you're going to check out for this spooky season.
And if you're enjoying Book Buds, give us a thumbs up.
And share us with your friends.
And subscribe to our channel, Book Buds!
Golly gee, that sounded like a great book. Keep watching. The bloopers are next.
Oh, God, not this one. Okay, so Next we have...
I thought you were trying to say an author name.
No.
All
right.
I haven't even seen Jim Carrey say eroding, have you?
Oh, which movie was that?
That was,
I think so.
Bruce Almighty.
It's like in my head somewhere.
When he's like, he's doing the Titanic news feed, and he's got the beanie on his head with the umbrella, and that's when he hears that Evan Baxter gets the position that he was supposed to have, and he's like, you know, tell me why. He goes off and he's like freaking out on the camera. You know, it's eroding beneath me, eroding.
We gotta Google it.
And then they like pause it right there. Yes, I'll show you. He's hilarious.
Of my life, eroding beneath me.
Did it right now.
Oh, that's great.
Do screamy face. Ready?